Greetings, Kindred. I am Voivode Maquette, and welcome to our world of darkness, where today we are going to be going over this beautiful game, Vampire the Masquerade Heartless Lullaby. I've been meaning to do this for a little while. I do have to let you know that there is a lot of reading. So I actually did play this once. It did not record very well because of the sound, which was my bad. I didn't think that it was going to cause that much of a problem. But we're going to go ahead and play through this. And it's a beautiful game. It only takes about an hour and a half. So we will go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and put me in the corner where I belong. Heartless Club, 4:30 a.m. Our character is Zach Riley, a young man in his late 20s, partying with his college buddy Johnny. You stand at the queue that gives access to fairly new and trendy nightclub, the Heartless. Johnny's not feeling very well. He's hunched behind us, staggering slightly with his blank stare. I want to point out how much I think this looks like The Sims. I love the fact that they were able to build this beautifully in about a month's time, because this is the winner of the Vampire Jam. Are you sure you want to keep the party going, stud? I'm trying to focus his gaze and blinking effusively. Of course, you bastard, he shouts as he raises a half-empty beer bottle in his hand. This has got to be our big night. We have to get in however we can. Before Johnny finishes his sentence, you hear a loud snort behind you. As you turn around, you notice the bouncer starts to cross his arms and frown. "Get the hell out of here, drunks," he shouts grimly. Press tab. Very cool. So our goal here is to get into the club. What is this? There's no point trying to get into another joint in an hour. This certainly not with Johnny in this state. We're leaving. When you turn around with the intention of leaving the queue, Johnny's face twists into a pitiful grimace. Oh man, it's our big night. Stumbling, Johnny tries to block your way. "I'm not moving." "You idiot. If I leave him alone, he'll end up in the ICU. One drink, Johnny, one. And then we're leaving." "You idiot. You can check out the trash can." Trash can overflowing with papers and pieces of cardboard of different colors. There's not much to see around here. Behind you, you hear a loud, retching sound. It sounds like Johnny's struggling not to get it all out. Maybe there's something valuable in the trash. "Hey, Johnny, if you want to puke." Who cares? Maybe there's something valuable in the trash. Success! Find a used VIP ticket. What if it works? A hulking disco bouncer scowls at you. As soon as he sees you approaching, he rolls his eyes and lets out another sigh. "What do you want, scum? Don't you have better places to drop dead?" he adds without even looking you in the eye. Promise him one more boss. Out. Use the VIP ticket. This should get us in. Before you realize what's happening, your head hits the cold asphalt on the roadway. A sharp pain spreads quickly across your left cheekbone, and you notice a growing dampness on the back of your head. Your vision blurs, turning the night lights into dancing colored speckles. I never looked into the trash can last time. I just realized that I'm blocking the goal of the night, so I'll do that. So let's see what happens. Shove it up your ass. Get the out of here. Slowly you stand up. Johnny, by your side, looks at you with drunken guilt. Zach, I'm sorry. Before he can finish the sentence, touching him on the shoulder, you cut him off. Don't worry, I deserved it. You say while glaring at the bouncer, let's go, John. I think we've had enough tonight. Turning around suddenly, your attention is completely captivated by the most beautiful eyes you've ever seen. A tall, slender, absolutely perfect girl with green eyes, smooth ivory skin walks towards the entrance. There she goes. As she reaches your side, you feel the world grind to a halt. As she slowly looks down and stares directly at you, a warm half smile on her face pierces your soul. That was actually the big issue that I had with this game the first time, is that there's so much reading, which I don't have a problem with the reading, but the animation happens while you're reading. And I'm dyslexic, so I don't know if this is just me or everybody, but me, for one, while I'm reading it, I have a hard time paying attention to what actually is happening on the screen. She can't be real, right? Lifting her face again, the woman continues on her way past the bouncer. He greets her with a quick nod of his head, and her perfect figure disappears amidst the noise of the nightclub. What was that? You've seen a lot of other women in your life, but never some like her. Still numb, paralyzed by experience, you feel trapped in your own mind, struggling to superimpose reason on whatever it is, asking you to break through until you find her. Zach, I need to get into that club, whatever it takes. Johnny. Johnny's still by your side, of course, but right now, he's the least of your problems. If you had to leave him lying right there to get in, lying on his own puke, you'd do it in a heartbeat. I'm not that drunk, am I? They didn't spike my last drink, right? No. No way. An insistent buzzing sound brings you out of your reverie. Zach. Dude, Zach. The words slip slowly and heavily from his lips. Are you alright, Zach? You're very pale, Zach. Zach, you're not well. Zach. Your own name begins to sound strange, repeated so many times by someone in such a state of disposition. Let's go with the nice way. Johnny. You just saw that woman too, didn't you? Johnny's face twists into a grimace of confusion. Dude. By the time you realize Johnny's voice sounds far away, you realize that you are walking towards the entrance of the club. You see the bouncer's arms go up, and you close your eyes in anticipation. From the bouncer's walkie-talkie, a static-wrapped message finds a way to you. Let them through, Victor. It really is a special night. Lifting the walkie-talkie of his mouth. Of course, sir. Returning the device to the holster on his belt. Victor, the mountain of muscle that until now had blocked your entrance, points at you with an index finger. You can come in. Your friend too. If you don't behave, there will be no warnings, understood? Miracles do happen at 4:35 in the morning. Yes, Johnny, come on. Last one's on me. So before we go on to the next scene, just want to point this out the whole way that the thing is. Above me here is the goal that you have to get through to get to the next part of the mission. Below me here is kind of like the identity of the character health bar kind of situation. And then down that way is your settings, your time, and yeah. All right, so we go in. All right. Like a wave crashing violently against the shore, a myriad of colors, smells, and sounds explode against your senses. Just 10 minutes ago, you have gladly dragged Johnny home. Now, your whole world swirls and dances, merging with the trance music and the lights of the Heartless. In your mind, only one image keeps the situation coherent, that woman. Her eyes, drilled into your consciousness, call out to you, inviting you to meet her. I do love the description of this game, and the visuals are awesome for as simple as they are. Johnny, pull yourself together, for God's sakes, at least until I get her name. Johnny, behind you, seems to come to now that he sees himself inside the club. We did it, he says, shaking his head and wiping the corner of his mouth. I knew you'd get us in, Zach. That's why I like you. He pauses for a second, then swallows what was probably a gag. I think it's too late now, but control yourself, okay? I wouldn't want to get our asses kicked out. I wouldn't want to get our asses kicked out of here, man. Don't worry. For the moment, I'm going to order something without alcohol. Water, for instance. The word sounds inordinately strange coming from him. It's possible that he's not touched a drop for days. I'm going to the bar, Zach. When I'm a little bit better, we'll have that last one, okay? Sure, man. I'll walk around while I'm at it. I've never been here before, and I like the vibe. And the people who seem to follow it, of course. Let's have some fun. So yeah, like I said, it's very sim-like. I don't know if you guys can hear the club music going on because I turned it down so low, but here's someone interesting. A man hunched over the table, sipping slowly from a crystal glass, oblivious to the world. All his clothing could be described as bizarre, reminiscent of a hobo, with a high sense of aesthetics or a fashion designer in decline. In either case, his presence clashes tremendously with the place. As you approach him, he slowly turns his head. On his face, a smirk spreads from ear to ear. Walker, straight out of the vapors of the night and straight to the Heartless. Like the prodigal son of the good book, like Dorothy and her stupid yellow tiles. Sit down, son, or stand, as you prefer, but give me your name, and I'll give you mine. Zach Riley. Have we met before? Now we have, Zach Riley. Now we have. All beginnings are awkward, but where we are going, the only thing that matters are the endings. They call me Lewis Brine. You a regular here? Ah, nice to meet you, Lewis. Are you a regular here? Regular? Of course. In every place, I am regular. Even if I've never been there before. But this place, I know it. Oh, yes. I know it well. Even if it doesn't know me, I haven't introduced myself, you know. To the owners? No! To the Heartless. Owners come and go. Their ridiculous wars bury centuries of history under mountains of casualties. And when all the dust has settled, the only thing that remains is the place. This Heartless place. Are you saying that the regency of the club changes hands a lot, or am I missing the point? Taking a slow swig from his glass, looking you straight in the eye. Oh yes, constantly. Leaving the empty glass on the bar, he gazes at the bottom of the vessel. Something tells me we'll soon see the new change, Zach Riley. I understand. I'm gonna take a walk. Okay? Sure. See you around, Walker. Don't get lost in the night. Okay, so we have our Malkavian character for the night, obviously. All right, we got to have fun. That's what we got to do tonight. So, do we dance? The whole night has led you to this moment. The floor is yours, baby. Hey, Johnny, come, let's sweat out the booze. Hey, Johnny, come on, let's sweat out all that booze you've been drinking. Of course. With astonishing agility for someone who is in his current state, Johnny dashes to the dance floor, and you both sway to the decadent beat of the music. Like, it's so funny. You don't hear Sim speech is funny to me. We're a show, that's for sure, but I don't give a shit. This is great. For the first time the entire night, you feel liberated. Okay, well, that was fun. Apparently I did not have enough fun. What is this? A crumpled piece of paper on the floor seems to have found its place among the filth and trash decorating the dance floor. Does it have something written on it? Let's see. Unfolding it, you realize this is an attempt at a poem, handwritten and crudely written. The author clearly doesn't know how to rhyme, although his intentions and feelings are clear from the first line. It's embarrassing. Who the hell nowadays is so intense? I've got a crumpled piece of paper. Alright, so there's people. Before you, a couple converses, quietly blocking the entrance to the terrace. With regal bearing and elegant attire, they don't look like the usual clientele of a club of this type. At this time of night, he wears his hair slicked back and gelled completely black like his eyes. She, also dressed in a suit, has half her head shaved, with the other half descending in a cascade of pale blonde over her left shoulder. Both seem to understand each other perfectly over the thunderous music without a hitch. When they see you approach, their heads turn slightly, visibly annoyed by the interruption. What do you want, kiddo? The words slither slowly and venomously, sending a shiver up and down your spine. Let's see. Excuse me, I just wanted to get out to the terrace for a moment. Don't be like that, she says, tapping her knuckles on her partner's shoulder. Bad luck, cutie. The terrace is occupied. Evaluating you from head to toe, she seems to enjoy the embarrassment you're feeling right now. Never has a compliment sounded so insulting to you. Just get lost. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and save Vampires. Like I said, I've already played this too, but it's a very good game. There's our mystery lady. Sitting all by herself at one of the tables reserved for customers is a woman who made you forget the rest of the world when you were waiting in line at the entrance. With an elegant glass of wine in her hand, she sips absent-mindedly while glancing at her cell phone. From time to time, waiting, no doubt for someone. You find it impossible to take your eyes off her for more than 10 seconds. No matter what you do, you always end up looking back at her. You feel like a teenager again, stealing glances at the girl of your dreams. Her hair, red as fire, gathered in two perfect buns on either side of her head, dazzles the room like an ancient lighthouse in the middle of a neon storm of trance music. Her gestures elegant and distracted, subtle and rhythmic. When she finally raises her head and your eyes meet, the emerald immensity of her gaze traps you in a world of your own, one in which only she and you exist. It's very beautifully written, very detailed. Talk to her, you moron. Don't just stand there staring at her. A shy, stylish smile begins to form on the woman's face. Come, sit down. If you keep looking at me like that from a distance, you're going to make me feel uncomfortable. Her voice travels through the air like a bullet, straight to your chest. You notice how your heart starts pounding in your chest with eagerness, almost as if it wants to escape. And before you know it, your legs are already on their way and you find yourself sitting in front of her, still struggling to discern if it's a mirage or not. Talk to her, you coward. Let's go straight for the test, shall we? Making you feel uncomfortable is the last thing I would want to make you feel tonight. So there are traits on this. I think if you click something... Zach? I don't know. There's actually a... there is a character sheet on here somewhere. I just cannot remember for the life of me how to get to it. Success! The young woman arches her eyebrows in a gesture of amused surprise and lets out a light, mirthful laugh. You seem to have quickly found the courage you lacked. Taking a small sip from her glass and licking the corners of her mouth, she lifts her chin. Are you going to tell me your name anytime soon, brave one? Nailed it. Zach Riley. Diane. Tell me, Zach, what are you and your friend doing at the Heartless at this hour? Your friend. If you hadn't just been reminded, you would have completely forgotten that Johnny is still at the bar, battling an alcoholic coma and heartbreak. Ah, yes. My friend is going through a rough patch. He just left his wife. He needed a boys' night out, and how could I let him down? Try not to leave him alone then, Zach Riley. And if you can, get him home before you do something you might regret. No good decisions is made after midnight. I'm going to go for the flirty answer. If this conversation has been a bad decision, could we ever make a good one? I highly doubt it, Riley. But the thought of it is not something I would dislike. See ya, handsome. That was nice. Had a nice little talk with her. I'm going to go check on my buddy. I like how the Anarch symbol is on the wall here, so we are definitely in an Anarch establishment at the moment. So I'm going back to check on Johnny. Okay, talk to the bartender. The bartender is a young girl. You estimate her to be about your age, although her demeanor is, at least right now, much more elegant than yours. She occupies her thoughts, wiping glasses behind the bar with a dark red cloth, paying attention to each one, paying special attention to each one, as if they were much more valuable than they let on. Her hands work fast, and perhaps because of the effects of all the alcohol that you've had so far, they're complicated to follow. As you instinctively lean on the bar, her icy blue gaze pins you to the spot. What will it be? Her voice is as cold as her eyes, and yet she invites you to have one more drink, a strong one. Before you respond and blurt out Jägerbomb, that you're sure you'd instantly regret, Johnny comes to the rescue. God, the Jägerbomb. It's like I'm drinking RoboCop. Give me a few minutes, Zach. Don't start without me. Sure, man. Chill. I'm going for a walk, and we'll have one last one, okay? Okay, apparently talking to Johnny was pointless at the moment. Guess we'll check with Lewis again. Creepy. I think I should leave him be. Okay, let's not mess with Lewis again. I guess he's supposed to be named after Lewis Carroll, the author of Alice in Wonderland. Okay, we already talked to Diane. Apparently I'm supposed to be having fun. Can we go the back way to the terrace? No. Bathroom? On the other side of the door, you hear a lot of movement. Suddenly, a muffled scream startles you. Knock on the door with your knuckles. Is everything alright? Yeah, relax, girl stuff. They must be shooting up. I imagine, in any case, I'm not going in there. Okay, so there's that. What about the men's room? Okay. A small stain of blackish, dried up liquid decorates the edge of the sink. Inspecting the stain. Success! Looks like dried blood. Must have been a fight. It's disgusting, but nothing you haven't seen before in other nightclubs. After all night, you feel you need to relieve yourself. Better here than in the alley. Hey, trash! I always look in the trash. It's overflowing with toilet paper and something dark. Okay. Oh, that was fun. DJ. Let's talk to the DJ. The DJ is into the music, much more than the rhythm would invite you to think. If you look for a couple of seconds, you are immediately able to realize that in his head, he's following a melody of his own, moving with a cadence contrary to the piped music. He seems to have dressed in clothes from two different closets, that of an 80s punk and that of a nouveau Richie, daddy's boy looking to sell a pyramid scheme. Strangely, it's not a look that looks bad on him. He is not even wearing his headphones, so if you yell at him, you understand that he will hear you. Let's do it again. DJ. Do you know that one who goes dun dun dun? Success? Yay! Of course, dun 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 dun, brother. Just I've had enough fun by my own. I should go back to check on Johnny. Awesome! So, now we are to have a last one with Johnny. Dun 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 dun. Staggering over to the bar, Johnny seems to have slightly regained control, but that should change slightly before long. After all, we promised to have one last one, didn't we? Johnny, looking good, man. Ready for that last one? Of course, here we go. Bartender 2 here. Cool, now we're going to switch to Diane, who is a member of the Toreador clan. Your name is Diane. Your surname, you burned the night Gabriel embraced you into the Toreador clan. Since then, you are a daughter of the night, and thanks to your sire's position, an ancient in the Camarilla, the sect that unites all kindred who seek to remain hidden from human eyes. Tonight, your orders are clear. Negotiate with Jackson Cunningham, regent of the Heartless, his adherents to the Camarilla. The time of anarchists has come to an end, and after the Second Convention of Prague, the position of the Camarilla is clear. All who are not with us are our enemies and shall be burned. So this takes place after the situation in Prague, so that's a good thing to know. Gabriel, do you really think the Anarch scum deserve our respect? Taking a sip from the glass, you savor the sweet taste of the Vitae. It is exquisite. You have never tasted such wine in your unlife. Your mind is flooded by a torrent of nuance, proper, of the most complex of hearts. Cunningham, how the hell does an anarchist, shit like you, get a vintage like this? Standing up, you reach into your pocket for your smartphone, but to no avail. I must have dropped it. Alright, so I dropped my phone, and I need to find Duder. Oh, I see blood. What does this do? Investigate the disco. I see blood. The terrace is open. Auspex heightened senses. A faint, almost imperceptible trail of blood. Something or someone was dragged along the floor while bleeding. The trace comes from inside the cloakroom, but someone has gone to great lengths to erase it. So this is the cloakroom over here, so I'm going to head on over. It's locked. Alright. Now, does Diane know Lewis? Oh, Lewis is gone. Okay, there's dudes. To the music, you see several people dancing wildly. A distant feeling of nostalgia grips your heart. How long has it been since the last night I was able to have fun with no strings attached, without thinking about what would happen next? When Gabriel brought me into this world, I thought immortality would be the perfect excuse to be forever happy, yet nothing could be further from the truth. Alright, so she is suffering from some ennui. Maybe we should check the bathroom before we go out onto the terrace. Oh, there's my cell phone. It's perfect. There you are. On your phone's lock screen, 2 notifications from your instant messages app catch your eye. We'll be there soon. Sorry, Diane. Tobias couldn't find his car keys, and we had to walk all the way. I'll buy you a drink if you don't say anything about this to Gabe. Okay? You're an idiot, Aiden. We were supposed to meet here more than 20 minutes ago. I'm sure you did it on purpose. Anyway, let's recon the terrain until those 2 fools arrive. Okay, so I do want to check out the girl's room. Ah, crap. Before you, a girl dressed in nightclub uniform lies slumped, barely conscious. All around her, blood stains all over the floor match the wounds on her small, battered body. Her breathing, agitated and arrhythmic, accompanies her faint, racing heartbeat. Your whole being shudders, leaving you with a mixture of dismay and disgust and desire. At her side, a sinister figure tends to her lacerations with quick, precise, almost surgical movements. Slowly, he turns his head to face you, still applying bandages to the open cuts, his eyes hidden behind round, red lenses. Her unnatural, pale complexion confirms what you knew the moment you set foot into the bathroom. Kindred. When you open your mouth, about to ask what the hell is going on, the girl's eyes widen. They're coming for me. Help, Christoph. The bespectacled man turns his face towards her again, and with gloved, slightly blood-stained hand twirls his mustache, oiling it with the young girl's vitae. Easy now, my young vine. No one else is going to hurt you tonight. Turning his dark gaze to you again, his words descend slowly, dripping like the blood from the girl's wounds. As long as I am here, no one will harm the harvest. What the... Get me out of here, Christoph. Get me out of... Her plea is interrupted by the man who, with a deft gesture, injects a vial into her arm. Sleep now, my dear. Fear is an awful shade. What's going on here? An unfortunate incident, young Rose. Nothing more. Behind the injected drug effects, the girl seems to be struggling to express something. They've been... Who did this to you? Shh. Enough, monsieur. Our guest wouldn't dare lay a hand on you. Removing the hair from his face, and in the process of smearing it with blood, the man proceeds to caress the young woman's face. Get away from her right now. She will die without me. And that is a price I am not willing to pay, young Rose. I'm cold, Christophe. Taking another vial, a very small red one, Christophe uncorks it and holds it up to the girl's mouth, murmuring something. Drink, my sweet vine. The storm has been hard on you, but I'm here. Who are you, and who has done this? You already know my name. Tenderly caressing the girl's head, the bespectacled man turns to you. I am the Winter, the keeper of all heartless souls, and like my forefathers before me, I promised them eternal life. I am the one in charge of turning the waters of life into wine, and I take care of my garden. You're the dominator of all the ghouls and the heartless, ghouls that you then bleed to make your wine. I trust your appreciation will not become an accusation, young Rose. You know well the criminal beauty of our existence, and I am not an animal. I will not harvest unwilling vine. That is why the wine is so exquisite. It is not tainted with violence. So, are you going to tell me what happened here? A very unfortunate incident with some extremely unpleasant clients. You're lying. I assure you I do not, ma petite fleur. Alright, manipulation plus wits. I have passed every check with the human. Okay. I was like, if I fail with the vampire after passing all the checks with the human, I was just going to laugh my ass off. And are your clients always like this? The man's face darkens and expression tightens into a grimace of disgust. Not until now. From tonight onwards, who knows, my poor vine? Tonight there should be only one change in this shithole. A new regency of the Camarilla. And this kind of thing would never be done by an agent sent by the prince. Someone else is making a move for the Heartless. If you have finished judging us, I recommend that you go back to the bar and wait for the rest of your party. Cunningham is waiting for you upstairs. Well, guess I'm leaving this area. Can I go into the men's room? There's absolutely no way in the world you would ever go in there. Just thinking about... Okay. I can go out onto the terrace. An elegantly dressed couple quietly sips wine from fine crystal glasses. Their attire is wildly out of keeping with the atmosphere of the club, and their regal, sinister demeanor unsettles you. Auspex heightened senses. Their heart does not beat. They do not exhale when they breathe, and their skin is morbidly pale. Kindred, no doubt. Who the hell? When the couple notices you, they turn to you with a marked arrogance, begin to size you up from head to toe, their brazenness so obvious it hurts. He nods while grinning an unpleasant smile. She tilts her head rhythmically from side to side, tapping her lips with her finger. Well, well. Look what the night has dragged in. Be careful. You scare her. Come here, little bird, sit with us. I'd rather stand. See what you've done? Of course, it was my fault. In the reproachful tone, you know how quickly Toreador get anxious at your sight. A creeping fear begins to crawl up your back. You're all alone, facing two perfect strangers, Canites no doubt, and knowledgeable about your clan. Who knows what else they know? Have we met before? Not directly, no. We don't hang out in the same joints as you. And yet, here you are. In your head, the sentence sounded much more confident. After you say it, you feel a tremor at the back of your throat. It's been a long time since a presence has disturbed you like this. Check it out. She's not only pretty, she's smart too. Here we are. Yes. And we're not planning to leave anytime soon. Are you sure you don't want to sit down, beautiful? No. The silence that fills the room could be cut with a knife. The couple's eyes fix on you, seem to want to pierce you and discover what lies deep inside you. After a few eternal seconds, the man starts talking again. Have you tried the wine, girl? It's very good. Although for my taste, drinking it out of a glass makes it lose... what's the word? Sentiment. That's it, sentiment. Although it's fancier, that's true. Since Gabriel introduced you to the Canite Society, you've seen hundreds of different kindred, and yet you would not be able to guess the clan to which these two belong. The arrogance of the Ventru, the elegance of the Toreador, the eeriness of the Tremere. You're very quiet, pretty thing. My colleagues are on the way, and without them you don't know how to converse. I'm here to meet Jackson Cunningham. He's waiting for me upstairs. I'm not looking for any kind of trouble. Jackson? Jackson? And here I thought you liked them. Rebellious. Come on, don't judge the man like that. Maybe he's experimenting. They both laughed delightfully, showing their teeth white and sharp. Embarrassment takes hold of you, and rage burns deep. Who the hell do they think they are? Let's use Daunt. Silence! Failure. Damn it. The pair stop laughing immediately, and they glare at you. You'd swear their eyes glowed a deep violet. Their faces bear a defiant, haughty, and arrogant contentance. Easy, child. We'll be quiet. Give our regards to Jackson. As you turn around, intended to leave, you feel the gaze on the back of your neck, making you feel like a zebra stalked by lions. Alright, well, I've never actually, gone after these guys before. Yeah, you can't really look at that. I could have sworn there was a... Oh, here we go. Here's my character sheet for Diane. My charisma is really good. My resolve's slow. My manipulation's really bad, and so is my dexterity. It looks like I have 2 hunger. If you go over here, I have disciplines, which will get better as time goes by, apparently. So after the terrace, I went and grabbed a glass of wine, and it brought me back here. So I'm too drunk, apparently. You notice that it's been a while since Johnny said he was going to the toilet. You couldn't have fallen asleep in there, could you? Alright, so we need to go check to see if we can find Johnny again. Interesting. She left her cell phone here again. Your gaze slowly sweeps over the table where Diane was a while ago. Since you joined Johnny to take the last one, you haven't seen her again. You can't help but feel a pang of grief at the thought of never seeing her again. I could have, at least, asked for her number. Phone's right there. She's still here. Alright, so what is this? Flickering light comes from the garbage can, catches your attention. It's Johnny's cell phone. And his wallet. What's that idiot doing? I don't think anybody's blocking the terrace anymore. Let's go where humans shouldn't go. Sitting on a couch, you see the elegantly dressed couple that used to block the exit to the terrace. They are accompanied by a man dressed in a vest, gloves, and red-tinted circular glasses. They converse in a rapid, almost unintelligible tone, and you notice the tension rising. Creepy. Okay. That was fun. So we gotta find Johnny. I think we're gonna go to the VIP room, because I should have that VIP ticket still. The colossal bouncer looks at you reluctantly, watching you approach the entrance to the VIP area. What the hell do you want now? Like it's my first time over here, dude. You've seen my friend. Yes, your drunk friend is upstairs at the express invitation of the boss. And couldn't you let me through, man? My buddy's really messed up. I gotta take him home. No way. Without an invitation, no one passes through here. Words from the boss. Okay, so I need to get into the VIP room now. He's not gonna let me through. I kind of wish this was a WASD game, you know, the WASD keys for movement. I really don't like click point games. What is going on over here? The cloakroom shutter is up, and behind it, a young woman watches you shyly. When she catches your glance, she startles slightly. With a shy smile, turns to you. Do you need something, sir? The girl appears to be a couple of years younger than you. Her smile strange, artificial, her movements slow and clumsy. You notice that her wrists is bandaged. It looks like a recent cure. Her eyes convey confusion, tired sadness. Let's do this. Use the crumpled paper. I'm sorry, I know this is none of my business, but is this yours? The description of a young sweetheart fits you. Oh, that. Taking the paper from your hands, she can't help but blush as she opens it and reads its contents. Her cheeks grow redder and redder, to a comical point. Tucking her hair back behind her ear, you notice that her right earring is missing. That idiot, excuse me. Can I tell you something? I'm all ears. See that bouncer over there? The one in front of the stairs leading to the VIP zone? Yep. Don't tell me that gorilla has... Yes, he wrote me this. But he didn't have the courage to give it to me, that coward. I saw him approach my stall at the beginning of the evening with something in his hands, but he turned away before he got here. And since then, he hasn't come near me to even say hello. Are you two dating? Immediately, the young woman's face turns completely red. No, I mean, nothing serious. Well, not at all. Yes, but no, it's complicated. Come on, woman. It's not that big of a deal. If he's written this to you, it seems to me that he is serious. And you seem to like him too. Yeah, I like him. And I owe him a lot. He got me this job, you know. I wasn't in a good place in my life, and I felt like everything was ending for me. And he brought me here. He saved my life, so to speak. I'm really happy for you, for the both of you. Good luck. Thank you. Okay, well, apparently I'm playing matchmaker. I didn't know that was a thing. Can I steal this hat? The top hat, worn out, lies abandoned on the table. The guy who was here earlier wearing it, where did he go? Out of curiosity, you move it a little closer and notice a playing card sticking out from under the hat, on which someone has written with permanent marker. I'm nosy. Read it! Carefully, you pull the card out from under the hat. The calligraphy is very elaborate, all written in cursive with elegant finials at the end of each letter. It's a list of songs. No easy way out. Love will tear us apart. Have a drink on me. Dust in the wind. Pastiaxis. It doesn't make any sense. Neither the genres match nor the titles tell me anything. Alright, bartender. You don't know if it's due to the effects of the alcohol, of hours, or how long you've been watching the waitress pour you drinks after drinks, but you'd say she's getting prettier by the minute. Another one, Zach Riley? The terrible combination of your full name enunciated with such icy tone makes your goofy face come off in one foul swoop. No, sorry. Have we been introduced? No, but you and your friend have made this bar your personal confessional. And don't ask me why, but you referred to each other by your full names. Sounds like something we could have done. I'm sorry, I really am. Don't bother. Don't bother, it's part of the job. Hey, do you know how I can get into the VIP zone? You notice how the waitress stands upright, and her gaze darkens. The VIP area is by invitation only. So why they take Johnny up there? Your words hit you with a force you did not expect. Your words hit her with a force you didn't expect. Unable to hide your surprise, the hitherto stoic waitress proceeds hesitantly. It's not possible. You don't. Shaking her head briefly, as if to dismiss such thoughts, she immediately reverts to her usual tone. If management has taken your friend upstairs, there must be a reason. Perhaps a favor due to a tremendous expense you have made tonight. Don't give it any more thought. Enjoy the evening. Johnny can barely stand up. What kind of favor could someone that drunk receive? Look, Zach, that's as far as I can read. If you want to ask someone what management might want to do with your friend, ask Christoph, our superintendent. He's on the terrace. You'll recognize him easily. He's wearing round glasses with tinted lenses. Thank you. You didn't tell me your name, by the way. I've told you enough tonight, Riley. Well, okay. I think my biggest critique on this game so far, aside from how much reading there is the style of walking. It's just so much back and forth. I'd rather press the WASD keys or the arrow keys to get to where I'm going. Sitting on the couch, you see the elegant couple. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, we already saw this. It's him. It's Christoph. Ask about Johnny. Gathering your courage, you approach the table. Before you can open your mouth, all three turn at the same time in your direction. The man in suit twists his face, clearly annoyed. You. Can't you see that the grown-ups are talking? Christoph, isn't it? The man in the suit looks at you in astonishment, and out of the corner of your eye you can see the anger growing inside of him. Something tells me he's not used to being ignored. Who's asking? You feel the eyes of the three piercing you like spears, pinning you to the spot. Your heart begins to pound, and you feel your throat constrict making it hard to breathe. My name is Zach Riley, and I can't find my friend. And the woman lets out a burst of laughter, cutting you off. Kristoff, the man you call to find your lost friends. The suited man joins in the laughter of his companion. Please. Raising his hand with an annoyed gesture, Kristoff stops the mockery of the suits. Speak, Zach Riley. The waitress told me that you would know why Johnny, my friend, has been taken to the VIP zone. He's very drunk. I have to take him home. Under the dim lights of the glassed-in terrace, Kristoff's face takes on a faint tone. His thin, taut mouth turned into a slender, straight line under his perfect mustache trembles slightly. Upstairs, you said, to the VIP zone. What's the matter, Chris? Cat got your tongue. Old Cunningham doesn't tell you these things anymore, huh? Silence. The suited couple smile viciously, looking at the bespectacled man. After a couple of seconds, the woman clicks her tongue and turns to you. Tonight is a very special night, honey. Your friend has been honored to be invited to the celebration. I have no doubt he will be having the time of his life. I'm sure you're dying to go up too, aren't you? I just want to pick up Johnny and go home. It's been a long night. We've had too much to drink, and enough. The words recede in your throat, burying themselves deep in your stomach when you hear his powerful voice. Enough, both of you. How squeamish, Kristoff. Yes, we haven't done anything to him yet, heaven forfend. This is going to sound arrogant, but could you guys let me up there? I really need to find my friend Johnny. The man in the suit leans back in his chair and reaches into his inside jacket pocket. You watch as he begins to pull something out, an invitation, no doubt. Before he has been able to remove his hand from the inside of his garment, Kristoff slams his open palm on the table. No, this is not what we had agreed upon. His voice is deep and dark, full of fury, but restrained and gripped. You are sure that any moment it could explode. The woman nods to the suited man, and he drops the invitation in his coat pocket. Snorts in annoyance. Whatever you say, Mr. Vines. Whatever you say. We're not going into the field and shit in the corners, are we? No, of course not. We wouldn't dare. Well, maybe just a little. And just under a small vine. Kristoff is completely still, almost frozen. But you feel his anger. The tension is mounting. And you just want to run, to get out of there as soon as possible. Johnny. With a monotonous voice, a slow cadence, Kristoff addresses you. Take this handkerchief, Zach Riley. Give it to the waitress. It will be indication enough for her to bring us another bottle. Now, get out of here. Right away, sir. Attaboy. So apparently I'm playing waiter to these three vampires on the terrace now. Excuse me, Kristoff gave me this. He told me you would know what to do with it. Bring them a bottle or something. The waitress takes the handkerchief, puts it in her pocket, gives you a last icy look, and takes the bottle from the shelf behind her. Good luck, and good night, Riley. Making her way to the terrace, the waitress leaves her post, which also leaves the bar unguarded. It seems the only civic way to pass to the other side of the bar. Small door opens swiftly. Let's go to the bigger door. The door almost certainly leads to a storage room, or the pantry, or whatever it's called. The last couple of shots didn't do me any good. Maybe I could go from there to the VIP zone. I have to find a way to find Johnny. Now that the bartender is out of the way, you could sneak into what you assume is a storage room. In and out and easy. Rows of coolers filled with bottles of wine. The amount of wine in this place is exaggerated. Compared to the rest of the liquors and drinks, it doesn't make any sense. Besides, it's freezing cold in here. Since when does red wine chilled so much? The door should lead directly upstairs to the VIP area. Don't have time to waste. Alright, back with Diane. The whole night has led to this moment. Well, well, gentlemen. Where were we? To your right, you can clearly hear Aiden's teeth grinding. His normally calm temperament is on edge, and although you all know that if things were to get out of hand, you would be on the losing end, the young Venture's blue blood boils in his veins. Before Tobias, or even Aiden himself, can open their mouths and inevitably screw up, you decide to make your move. You are going to explain to us what the hell is going on here. Starting with what happened in the very next room. I thought you were different. That the Heartless wasn't just another pit of senseless violence and vicious savagery. Easy, Diane. Mind your words. Before you, Jackson Cunningham, anarchist regent of the Heartless, making himself comfortable in his armchair, enjoying each and every one of your words with a crooked smile on his ugly mouth. His appearance, very typical of the punks of the 80s, seems today almost a caricature, and yet he looks in his element. Behind him, two other thugs dressed in similar regalia dominate the exit. All Kindred. All Bruja. No need to be ungrateful, you little bitch. It was a gift. Can't you accept it with your characteristic grace and dignity? Tobias, raising a hand, points at Jackson with a threatening gesture. You don't know who you're talking to, rabble. Oh? Tobias, you idiot. You think I haven't done my homework, choir boy? His voice slowly begins to gain volume. I know very well who you are. I know exactly who your sires are, who's your shadow, what you can do and what you can't do. But it seems to me that you're the ones who don't understand who I am. His eyes wide open, revealing the entirety of his irises. I'm Jackson Cunningham. His voice, slightly higher pitched than one would expect, is still capable of shaking the walls. His anger is genuine. If there was a baron in this rotten shit town, it'd be me. And that's why you're here today. To negotiate. Or are you not? Yeah. To negotiate your adhesion to the ivory tower. Throwing his head back, Jackson loads a bloody phlegm and spits it at the ground. What? Damn you. A piercing cry of panic coming from the next room snatches the attention of your entire coterie. Cunningham, easy now. The three of you were dealing with important things here. Important, I dare say. You know the conditions. Aye. The princeling sent me a letter. A letter. Princeling? Aiden, please. Have you seen the conditions, hot stuff? I have. Do they seem fair to you? You have no other choice. Careful now. Jackson, turning to his bodyguard, lets out a shrill, unpleasant laugh. I guess not, pussycat. And yet, I refuse. His words take you completely by surprise, hitting you where it hurts the most. Your lack of preparation. What? I refuse. Simple as that. Neither I nor any kindred related to the Heartless will join the Camarilla. You don't understand anything that's happening. This was going to be a cordial visit. The deal was already closed, and now this? Before you can come out of your reverie, Tobias begins to speak, while adjusting his black leather gloves. Are those going to be your last words, Bruja? Ain't you the cheeky one? No. Tobias, stop. Let Diane speak. No. That's rich. The Ventru and the Tremere, at the service of a delicate toreador. Speak, child. There's still time to correct this, Cunningham. Before anyone can say anything else, a second scream of pain from the next room catches the attention, followed immediately by a resounding thud against the wall. How old are you lambs supposed to be? You are young, very young, and yet, look at you, knee-deep in cult shit. Wars and whatnot paraphernalia. You have no idea what this world is like, and yet you claim it for yourselves. Oh no, not for you, for your sires, for your princes. For you, suck their dicks at the expense of a more important title. And for what? So that you can strut around the Elysium? The Heartless will never join your farce. Then we have no more business here. Aiden, Tobias, we're leaving. "5 minutes before. In front of you, at last, is the door to the VIP room where Johnny is supposed to have been brought as a guest. Come on, we're going in. I'm going to get this idiot and we're going to leave. The moment your hand touches the doorknob, a shiver runs through you from top to bottom, like a terrible electric shock that engraves in your mind. Something is wrong. Johnny. Turning the knob and pushing hard, the door finally gives way before you, and the sight inside greets you with a solemn cruelty. Johnny? No. Johnny, is that you? No. Tied to the high ceiling fan, Johnny's lifeless body is hanging upside down, his jugular vein open, his blood dripping into several glasses carefully placed underneath, like a shot board. Terror grips your mind. The image of your best friend butchered, treated like a pig, penetrates your mind with the ferocity of a beast. A scream of panic rips its way through your throat. Johnny. Bursting into tears, you approach Johnny's body. Rigor mortis has left his face forever. Forever stretched into a grimace of absolute dread. You didn't deserve this. Never. The shot glasses, filled to the top with blood, spread out before you like a cruel field of red flowers. Why? Why did they do this to you? To drink? No. Try not to accept the new dark reality that unfolds before you. You embrace sorrow as a way to escape, and sobbing, you push away thoughts of monsters preying in nightclubs to drink your blood. After a few interminable, bitter minutes, your mind comes to, articulating the only logical thought. I have to get out of here. Get help. As you turn around, two dark figures block the exit. the couple in suits. Hello, little lamb, going somewhere? A primal fear grips you as you look into the bright eyes of the smiling couple. You are able to clearly see their fangs, long and sharp, and there is no stretch. And there is no strength left in you to deny the obvious. Vampires. Yes. And the wrong kind, too. In the blink of an eye, the woman is immediately in front of you, and with impossible speed grabs you by the collar of your shirt. Lights out. Your whole body shoots out, as if you were a rag doll thrown violently against the wall. You feel how the blow has shattered all your bones, perforated some organs, and above all, you feel how there is no way out. With your last breaths, you let out a cry of pain. You're going to die here, Zach Riley. Before your consciousness finishes fading away, in the cloud of pain, you see how the man pulls out his cell phone. Holding it up to his face, he says, "We're in position. Commence Operation Cathedralis Tenebrae." Ew! When you come to, waves of pain run through your body. The assailant hit you in the head with something extremely hard, and you feel the blood flowing down your temples. After a couple of seconds, you feel what's around you. Jackson's office turned to full-blown battlefield. Turning quickly to where your companions were, the reality shocks you, leaving you completely frozen. Hayden. Tobias. Slowly getting up. The whole world is spinning around you. The pain is indescribable, and you know that if you don't feed, you will die, just like everyone else around you. Oh, we got some guys dead here. Where your coterie was just a few minutes ago, there are now only bones and ashes remaining. Aiden, Tobias, no. You would cry if you could, but the little vitae left in your body is the only thing that separates you from final death. I never told you, but thank you. Thank you for everything. Saying goodbye was never your strong suit, but having to say goodbye to someone immortal is even more complicated. I swear I will avenge you. Well, that's nice. On the spot where Jackson's men stood now are a couple of piles of bones and smoldering ashes remain. You were also the targets. I only see 2 pyres. Where's Cunningham? All right, run to your prince. Run, little bird. The shadows are back. Written in blood, a thunderous message stains the wall of the room. Run to your prince, little bird. Run. The shadows are back. The shadows. A horrible symbol tops off the end of the message. An inverted ankh riddled in spikes. The Sabbat. Johnny's corpse still hangs from the ceiling, but he's been dead for so long that the blood scattered on the floor is pooled in various vessels. Disgust you to no end. As your weakened senses scan the room, you suddenly hear a faint beating of a dying heart. And following the sound, you locate its source, Zach Riley. Collapsed on the ground over the pool of blood lies Zach Riley, fighting against death, facing the odds. Feed. Zach. Feed. Feed. I'm so sorry. Reaching for the man's neck, you sink your fangs into his jugular and drink with relish. Slowly, the blood sliding down your throat begins to heal you. With each slow sip, you notice one less heartbeat. Go on, go on. He's dead anyway. Damn, Diane. But you stop. Your body asks for more. The beast craves for more. And yet you stop. Riley. Diane, no, I don't want to die. And you don't want to see him die either. Something about this weak human has caught your attention all night long. Not his physical beauty, nor his fashion sense, no, but something beyond that. Something you almost thought was lost in your society, a willingness to sacrifice. Flooded with your regained strength, you bring your wrist to your mouth and you bite down hard. Blood immediately gushes out abundantly. Drink quickly. With a slender wrist over his mouth, Zach slowly drinks the sweet vitae. Slowly at first, faster and faster, until it's enough. Giving a tug, you separate your arm from the man, who still, drenched in sweat and blood, begins to heal, the effects of the vampiric blood coursing through his veins. You too? There's no time for explanation. The answer is yes. Yes and no. Come with me. When we get out of here, we can talk. Go with you? Yes, and quickly. Zach, now standing, seems to be assessing the regenerative effects of the blood coursing through his veins. And he opens and closes his hands and feels his chest. Have you turned me into? No. I've only healed you. But now we have to leave. Now. I'll follow you, Diane. Boof. What's going on here? Footprints, couple, same tag behind. They seem... Okay, cool. So let's get out of here. Okay, it is... What is this stuff? It is 5:10 in the morning, and I need to get out of here. Before you lies the man who guarded the access to the VIP area. Around him, the same footprints that decorated the upper floor. Oh no. They've torn him in two pieces. They've torn him in pieces. This will not go unanswered. Not only have they taken the lives of innocents for no reason, they have also endangered everything we are and believe in. Come on, Zach, let's get out of here. Taking one last look at the corpse, Zach stifles his emotions and follows you. Oh, what do we got? Another poor victim of tonight's senseless, savage brutality. Alright. Exit. Getting out. When you finally set foot outside the Heartless, where the carnage took place, the cold rain greets you mercilessly. Diane, we've got to get help. Call the police. Don't worry, they'll be around. But they're not going to help us as much as others. Others? I'm so sorry, Zach, I really am, but you're coming with me. Suddenly, Zach's breathing becomes even more irregular. Why? Why are you sorry? Because your life, as you knew it, comes to an end tonight. And it's all my fault. But I would have died without your help, and now you wouldn't be involved in any of this. There are nights when I really wish I had nothing to do with any of this, but biting your lip, you stifle those useless feelings that you've been clutching in your chest since you were human. We have to go back to my sire, Gabriel. He'll know what to do next. Your sire? Yeah. The one who turned me. My father, if you want to hear it in closer terms. But we have to go now. I'll follow you. Zach, really, this is going to be very hard to hear, but you can't go back to your old life. Do you understand me? No, I don't understand you, but I'll follow you to death. You know it's not real. You know it's the effects of your Toreador Vitae coursing through his veins. You know that when it wears off, he'll try to abandon you, like so many others, and yet you can't help a painful smile. Cursed be the dreams and the hope. Cursed be all those who tried to destroy them likewise. Aiden, Tobias. With one last thought, you approach Zach, and placing a kiss on his lips, you whisper in his ear, "Let's go, love." And leaning on each other, they made their way towards the end of the night in search of Gabriel, Toreador Primogen, and Diane's sire. And so it begins. Thus it ends. I think we're talking about very different things. Think. You don't think, you know. Maybe. Tell me, old friend, are they really so different? Oh, of course. The rook will fall, no doubt. But it is the pawn that will really show the quality of the game. Any chance that the pawn will find his true side? That's something he won't even be able to decide for himself. It's getting late. The sun will be up soon. Good luck, Abyss Walker. I'm sure we'll see you in the future. If not as allies. If not as allies, you won't see us coming, Hatter. Anyway, so that was Vampire the Masquerade Heartless Lullaby. A very beautiful game, very well put together. The music is great. I just can't narrate with it. I think the only issues that I have is just a lot of reading. The description is beautiful. It really is, but it was so much. And for me, I have a reading disability, I'm dyslexic, I have a hard time paying attention to what I'm reading while there's movement going around on the screen. So that's a holdup on me. My other thing is the walking. It's point and click with a mouse. I don't care for that. That's very Vampire the Masquerade Redemption. I prefer using the WASD keys to try to walk around instead. But the story is so captivating, and it's one night. It's just a couple of hours. It's actually only about a half an hour of a game. It took me about an hour and a half to play it, but it was, I don't know, it was so it's so intriguing, and it's minor. It's not world-changing events, and I think too many vampire storylines go for that world-changing Gehenna is coming stuff, which was my storytelling issues too when I first started out with this. But from what I understand, that this is just going to be a prologue, that they had so much time building this that we are going to see Zach Riley and Diane back again, that we are going to see more of this story. It's going to get longer, and I cannot wait to play more. But that was it. Vampire the Masquerade Heartless Lullaby. I will say again, thank you very, very much to the creators of this gorgeous thing, and also thank you to the community members of Our World of Darkness who requested that I go through this in great detail, because I'll fully admit, when I played it the first time and I listened to the playback and the music was too screeching over when I was talking, that it really just seemed like something I wasn't sure if I was going to do it again. Although I loved the game, I didn't think the video was very good. But this was fun. This was a lot of fun. Enjoying to see the rest, I'm eager to see the rest. I am Voivode Maquette. This is Our World of Darkness, and thank you very much for joining me in this playthrough of Vampire the Masquerade Heartless Lullaby. Good evening.